This is me, the Grand Duchess Rasmus Conan, also known as Ryan Tomlinson. I reactivated a new Facebook page as I did in my intro today. But what was so startling, I always go back over my life where I am today and what I said last year. And I said, I'm not a priest, I'm not a prophet, I'm not anything. But once we had expectations, there are expectations, and sometimes we're disappointed in expectations. And that's okay for disappointment. But if advice must be taken, let's not be too haughty to take the advice. Let's be humble and accept whatever criticism that we must accept in order to move forward, to better our life, to become, to grow, and to adapt. More than a year ago, I wrote something about President Obama, cabinet members, and the people that surrounded him. I know I thought it was an epitaph for disaster and scandal. Because while he was young in his presidency, there was a lot of mature, seasoned politicians that could have done a much better job. Looking back at what I wrote then and what I see now, it all makes sense. The scandal, the clutching for straws, the explanation, and the bungling, and the people involved are the same people that were the ones I thought would have gone awry. I looked back at that same time and I said it would be a mistake to invade Syria and Libya and so forth. And what a disaster that is now. We all know about the refugee crisis, a simple refugee crisis in Libya, Syria, some Iraqi, and even the Kurds and Turkey to this point, to where Turkey is the suspect of supplying the terrorists or the freedom fighters in Syria with chemical weapons. It is such a shame when people can't take advice, when people can't see that they're just following what was done before. Do we judge them for that? Do we berate them for that? What do we do in such a situation when we're caught in a mindset that we cannot get out of? And what we used to represent, it doesn't speak in volumes like it did anymore. How do we begin to negotiate the freedoms of the past? The individual civil liberties. How do we regain what is lost? 1, 2, or 3 stars, or 4. Now we're unsure. Sometimes I don't know why life adds up the way it does. Or why would a stupid little person like me, blackened character, should be so correct about things. Why? Why the constant negativity and the persecution, the black character? Why I'm not able to be, and the freedom to lend, the freedom to do, the freedom to express? Why use your laws in fear? Why? Why not use your power to invite, to renegotiate, to readapt, to realign? My God, then I have seen in my works and in my writings, and I never prophesied it, I just said this would be the end of this because this is the ending of that. But whatever means to the ends it was, and I hope it does well. A lot of people are not happy with his presidency and what they feel as hiding and so forth. I looked at Susan Rice at the time and thought that she was a dud. I looked at, and there she is, National Security Advisor, a comfortable position for a blunder. That's okay. Sometimes we need protection of opposition, not to live in fear of life and under failures in our abilities. But as I have accepted my failures all my life, I see a group of people that don't know how to renegotiate their power and their ability to be and to represent themselves to the best at their knowledge and the best of their ability. The constant cause of shame, well, probably they're not in shame, or the constant cause of hiding. We all know what it is and for what it is and for how it was done. But we have little people coming out of the woodwork for which we fear, because they have knowledge of what was done against innocent people. I have not lost my focus from birth. And worst, when the tragedy of the army and the military surrounded me in Korea, I closed my eyes to the only thing I knew that saved me and protected me. In sincerity, my divine. In sincerity it is, and still in sincerity. Because there is no priest, there is no lover, there is no man in my life, there is no protector, there is no family, because they all blighted themselves. But this is the power of realization of where you're going and how you're going to adapt again, regardless of what happened in your life. For someone to give a warning or to compel or to beckon for change, it should not be in cloud. The person should not be enclouded, fogged, berated, and abused over and over, like I have been in this environment. What else can we offer? What else will we do? Am I proud of myself? Forever. In my prayer, I asked God, and God said, whether or not you want to believe my words or not, He did say, and I have seen the fruition of His words. Am I happy? Should I be happy? I am comfortable in my faith and in my ability and in my beliefs. I am comfortable in whatever innocence, whatever guilt they may blacken. I'm comfortable in my innocence. And so therefore, let the will be done as it is done, as I believe that it should be done. And so therefore, why fear them? I had put it on my Facebook, I fear not X, Y, and Z. And it's so funny, the media divides us. Fox for Republicans, NBC for Democrats, and this one for independents, and so forth. Isn't it a shame that they can't be objective, and that when we patronize one, we automatically become a part of a party and a system? Therefore, the mentality of our nation, the mentality of what we foster, it's almost like a mental slavery. And the children coming up, should they be enslaved also? But they are. They're failing in math and science. They're failing in a lot of things. But we thrive in internet piracy and identity theft. But what can we say now about our leadership? About the people that set themselves above us and can't compute and rectify and justify their mistakes? I say, as God gave me my new name, Mohammedina Peraid and Rasmus Konen, and my motto, smaller than the crowd, greater than the room. I don't make fun, I don't harbor threats. With my hands I pray and I ask God to be my avenger. And for the rest of them, as I said, it's where you want to go. Good night.